What is going on, everybody? We are back with another video. This is part 2 of our series on the Neuschwanstein castle. This is what we had completed last time. The Manhart has been working on the foundation of the castle. We're going with a cobblestone foundation, as you can see right here. I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty accurate to the picture as well. We might switch over to gravel eventually, but yeah, I think it looks good. Manhart has also been working on the wall layouts of the courtyard. Here's the tower. Time lapse of the Manhart working on the tower using a lot of quartz bricks, so we're gonna have to go back to the nether here pretty soon to get even more. But yeah, it's a huge tower. While the Manhart worked on the tower, I went over and started working on the roof of the actual castle. We're using andesite. Started to snow up on the roof, which was kind of annoying, but patches of snow kind of look cool on the roof, so we decided that it was a good thing to keep it going. The Manhart is working on the design features of the tower. We're trying to figure out which pattern we want to use. While he does that, I'm going to go ahead and start working on an extension room that I saw on the Google Earth image of the castle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Definitely going to need some more quartz here pretty soon though. Always use the stone cutter to get the most efficient use out of your quartz. We decided on the pattern that we wanted to use for the tower. As you can see, those details really add a lot. I was just walking down our little boulevard here, and the castle's really starting to come together. You just look at that. Here's our little archway entrance into the courtyard of the castle. I think it's looking pretty good. I told the Manhart that we need some stables at the castle for when we show up with our horses, so he is currently trying to figure out that pattern. The walls don't really work out perfectly, but we're going to have 4 stalls. Here we go, walking up. The Manhart's currently working on the walls to the guardhouse. This is where we're going to set up some bunk beds and build a little watchtower. As you can see, I have not actually completed the second tower on the right of the castle, so I'm going to start working on that about now. Here's a view of the castle from the other direction. As you can see, that tower is massive, but it's really coming together. It's really looking good. And of course, I ran out of andesite for the roof, so I'm back in the mine trying to get some of that. The height of this castle is unreal, but we're going with a 2 up every time type of roof, so it's a pretty steep roof. It's gonna look pretty good. out of andesite again. So this is the courtyard with the walls completed. We still need to punch out some windows, but I think it's looking pretty good. It's a good size too. The roof actually goes up another level about midway down the castle, so that's what you see here. I'm trying to fill it in with some quartz brick. At this point, I've begun working on one of the main towers of the castle. There's a huge tower on both sides of the castle that are they're kind of parallel to each other. This is the smaller of the two, so I'm trying to figure out a good shape for that. There's some snow. This is the basic circular shape that I've come up with. I think it'll do pretty good. The man heart is currently working on the roof of the courtyard buildings. He's going with a polished andesite on the tall parts and a normal andesite on the bottom parts. I think it looks really good. And he's building these little mini towers as well. Inside I decided to go with a normal quartz at the base. I think it adds more detail. I think it looks really good too. I've begun working on the roof of the adjacent addition to the castle that I was working on earlier. I'm using quartz stairs as a detailed piece underneath the actual roof to kind of add more detail and to hold up the roof. The man heart and I have been adding a lot of windows. But look at that. It looks really good with the windows. Looks like there's a lot more detail. Back on the tower. I'm getting close to the level of where I want to build an observation tower. I finished up the tower, now I'm working on the roof. We're going to go with a really tall spire. So this part will eventually be an observational area to the castle where you can like look out over the city. I have not completed it yet, but we're about to wrap it up for the day. I think it looks pretty good overall. It looks very tall. So that about does it for part 2. This is what we have so far. I think it's looking really good. We have a lot of the details. We got to work on the other towers on the other side and start punching in more windows throughout the castle, but it looks really good. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. This is part 2 of the Neuschwanstein Castle. Be sure to check out part 1 if you have not. And we will have part 3 soon, probably later this week. So please subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.